Okay. Hopefully y'all can hear and see me okay. Um, I'm out of breath because I just walked upstairs. um, yeah, hey y'all. So I just had a situation first. Let me address the thumbnail. The thumbnail is a picture that I had sitting on my computer for a project that I did. I don't know if anybody watching knows what that's about, but I felt like the thumbnail was very fitting for the topic that I'm here to discuss right now. Um, First, I didn't want to post the boys' direct picture, so I uploaded it to AI, Google Gemini, and I copied and pasted the title into the search bar, and immediately Google Gemini is like, oh, I can't help you with that, right? Which I'm like, that's weird. Like, all I'm asking you to do is, because I didn't want to use their image, their direct image. I wanted to, um, you know, have something relating to that. Maybe them with like angel wings or something like that, because that case actually made me sick to my stomach to know that the actual perpetrators of that crime have still never been caught. So there is somebody who went on to live a full life knowing that they essayed and unalive those three poor angels. Like, it's some sick people out here. And that brings me to my topic. I told y'all, and I don't like how I'm gonna have to go live now, because every time I upload videos, I don't know. I'm new to posting, so y'all probably knew this, but I'm just finding this out. YouTube goes through and edits, takes out, cuts up, slows down your video. This censorship is getting out of hand, because I'm asking, like, who is it censoring for? Who is this censorship directed to protect? And I'm literally arguing back and forth AI, like, y'all are literally out here protecting the people that are perpetrating these sick ass crimes. Like, what are we doing? And we just letting them get away with it. But brings me to my point, like, we gotta stop pretending we don't see this stuff. We I told y'all that my daughter was on the cheer team. So they usually have cheer practice out for the summer, which is great because, I can't be on the school grounds, and I like that. But right now they are under construction. So her coach felt that it would be safe to have uh, practice at a local park. Now, that's where they did their their clinicals or trials, whatever they call it in the cheerleading world. I know nothing about this. I'm a new cheer mom. But I noticed when they were doing the tryouts or the trials or whatever, it's a lot of grown men that would just like linger and just watch. One of the parents even brought a male companion. I'm not sure if that was one of the girls' fathers or what, but why would you bring a male to go look at girls like in shorts because it's hot out, tank tops or whatever, and all type of, like, why would you, like, what are we doing? I don't even date because I don't want men around my daughter. I don't trust men. I don't trust anybody really. I'm not just, putting it off on men, because it's women perpetrators and pedophiles and stuff out here too. but they don't belong in that arena. Males. I mean, there are some male cheerleaders. She got two or three males on her team, but they're on the team. You know what I'm saying? I just maybe because I'm a single person and I don't have males around my daughter that I'm hyper vigilant, but I don't think that that's appropriate because your kid is not the only one that's trying out. There are other girls here, so why would you? Anyway, I just personally, even if I was dating, I would never look at my man and be like, yeah, let's go to these kids tryouts and watch them flip around in booty shorts and all this stuff. And yes, I had to get my daughter because I caught her ass during the same tryouts or trials or whatever. I always check her outfit to make sure that it's appropriate. Um, and I left, and when I came back, she didn't know that I had came back. She had on a different shirt, and it was a belly shirt. I'm looking like I pulled her right up out of there, right there, embarrassed her in front of everybody, made her get in the car, told her it's over with. If this causes you to not join the team, then that's on you because number one, you tried to be sneaky. When literally all you had to do was talk to me. All she had here, because right now it's 90 degrees out there. Mom, hot. Can I wear this? I would have been like, okay, okay, you know. But the fact that you tried to be sneaky about it, now I got to pull you up out of this. So the same way I have no problem with confronting my child about her being appropriately dressed outside is the same way that I have no problem with addressing these male creeps that go and frequent these places like parks and stuff, just waiting to hit a lottery ticket to catch some girls, you know, dancing and just anyway, so because of the construction, they couldn't have it at the school. That's fine. So they had it at the local park. And I noticed the first time um that men like where they practice at, there are already men there present, right? But I noticed that they would turn around and be making sure they in the line of sight to get a better view of the girls. So the first day I saw a mom, dad, and of one of the girls who are on her team, and they were looking at the guys because like there's like homeless guys, you know. One Anyway, I thought the dad was gonna say something like, "Hey, he didn't say anything. The white didn't say anything." So I worked in maximum security prisons. I've spent a lot of time with sex offenders, pedophiles, whatever. And I know from personal experience or from what they've told me personally, or some of them go and frequent these places just to do this. I'm not talking about the homeless people because they obviously, where else are they going to go? They can't help that they're homeless and that they live in a park. I've been homeless before and I've had to live in between my car and the park. So I get it, right? But if I was a male, even if I wasn't, I don't feel comfortable just sitting there, standing there watching my daughter practice because I'm not just watching her. There are other girls there. Maybe they're shy. And I just feel like practices is not something that needs to be viewed by me personally. But some parents like to watch. I get it. But this one dude, so I let that go on. That was the first day. The second day, I was like, all right, since I was like, let me see if these same individuals are there, right? They were. And the one guy, his friend looked like he was living in the back pajama pants. He just rolled out of bed. It really looked like to me, because I just sit and I watch. It really looked like to me he went to go call his homeboy that lives in the bathroom stall in the men's bathroom at the park. Like, hey, show getting ready to start, bro. Come on, cause dude, he went in the bathroom. Then dude, all sleepy, like he just rolled out of bed. He sit down for a nice little view. So I said, okay, maybe they're not doing anything nefarious, but let me just check the temperature, right? So I get out the car, and I notice all the parents, they normally they sit underneath the cabana. Like when they were doing clinicals, all the parents would sit underneath the cabana and watch the kids, right? But I noticed since we started to practice there, all the parents would just be in their cars or sitting off to the side, and the men would be in the cabana just looking. So I say yesterday, I said if I go there, I'm just gonna check temperature just to see, because maybe I could be mistaken. None of the other parents are up in arms about this. Maybe I'm just tripping, right? Like I said, it looked like he called his homeboy from the bathroom. So I got out the car, and he's right here. He sits right, the homeboy behind him. So I sit across from the weirdo that went to go get out of the bathroom. And they both just sitting. So I was like, I'm just watching. First I sit down, I don't say anything, and I'm just watching. The girls are running. This motherfucker, everywhere the girls go, he like this. He following them with his eyes. So I'm like, you know what? I can't even sit up here and play like I don't know what's going on. So I just looked at him first. I made sure he saw that I was watching him, okay, just to try to give him an out, like so he could know I'm not catching you off guard. I'm watching you. Watch these girls, right? So I say, so after I called him like 3 times, looking at me to see if I was looking at him, looking at the girls. His homeboy kind of, you could tell he kind of got the message because he just stopped looking. So I was like, are any of these girls yours? Or any of these kids yours? And he was like, he tried to act like he didn't hear me. I'm like, excuse me, are any of these girls yours? He was like, huh? Oh no. When a motherfucker say, huh? And then they answer, you already know, like, you heard me. So what was the huh for? Are you thinking of a response? So he's like, huh? Oh, no, I'm just too lazy to get up. So he's saying like I was here first, which he was, right? He was, but the park is big as hell. This is the place with the most shade. So of course the girls are going to be here. Go to another area or go to another park, right? 2 days in a row, you were in the same spot because they practice the same spot at the same time. So it's like you. Anyway, I'm like, oh, so you just came here to watch young girls? And he looked at me, and he already knew what time it was because he started packing up. He was mumbling something under his breath, but I didn't give a fuck because he was packing up. His homeboy got the message instantly when I said that, and he got up. And that's how you know they up to no good. That's how you convict them. Because literally all I said was, so you watching young girls? Because you're literally here watching young girls. Like, I just literally said what you were doing. And you feel convicted enough. So now you get, I didn't even have to ask you, could you please not sit there and idle and ogle at our children, right? I didn't even have to say all that because just so you here watching young girls call his evil, wicked, disgusting, filthy spirit out, and he was compelled to get up and go. So I told my daughter today, I said, yeah, so because I made sure nobody saw me because I didn't want to look like the angry black lady. You know, everybody else is just, but at the same time, I'm not going to sit up here and watch some fucking pervert idol at kids. I'm not going to do it. So I told my daughter what happened. She was like, oh no, we didn't see none of that. I'm like, okay, good. Cause I don't want to get, in trouble, and I don't want to get her in trouble. Cause her coach is kind of strict or whatever. We're big on respect and all that stuff. That's cool. That's fine. I told my daughter, I said, if he's there tomorrow, it's going to be something different because y'all come here the same time in the same spot every day. So now it's like y'all on a schedule. He know the schedule. He don't look like he have a job. You just sitting in the park in the middle of the day and you're riding a bike. 9 times out of 10, you have no business there. You're just there and you're making sure you scheduled to come. So lo and behold, today I pull up. Guess who I see? So I get out the car and I bought popsicles, ice, water just to make sure because it's 90. I told you I was 90 degrees outside. I want to make sure the girls are comfortable, and I'm a nurse, so I know about you know that stuff. I don't not on my watch. So I'm wheeling the stuff in, and I'm just watching to see if when he see us setting up, if he chooses him and whoever he brought. He always brings a friend, and I don't even think that was the same friend from the previous time. Um, and they live they live there because the friend he had like a suitcase duffel bag type deal, like you live there. So they just sit there watching. So I whip stuff and I start setting up. I said, and I walked past him. I was like, "You again?" And he was like he recognized me at that point, and then he just, was like, oh, this bitch getting on my nerves. Yeah, I'm gonna get on your nerves because you getting on my motherfucking nerves that I can't bring my children can't even be in the park playing or doing a sport because perverts just want to that they feel like that's their opportunity to come get a peep show. So I'm glad I make you uncomfortable at this point. So I'm like, yeah, because I'm gonna be the one to say something to you. All these other parents might not say something to you or want to pretend like they don't know what you're doing, but I know what you're doing. I said I worked in the correction. I worked in corrections. I've seen pedophiles. I know how they act. I know what they do. I know their habits. I know they like to frequent places like this to sit up here and watch young kids. I said, what other purpose do you have here? Now you on the schedule? You on the same schedule that they on? So his friend instantly he starts packing up. Oh boy, he like he started cussing and mumbling under his breath. I said, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. That's my daughter over there. And those are children. Those are other people's kids. And you just sitting up here looking, God only knows what you're doing. You should go somewhere else. So he packing up, talking shit under his breath. I'm like, yeah, I'm the one. I'm that one. And then he left. So I talked to the coach. I'm like, yeah, I noticed, that certain individuals like to come, and even if they not like, you don't even have the decency, you don't even have a vehicle where you can be a creep at. You know what I'm saying? At least if you had a vehicle, you could sit from across the street with binoculars. You know what I'm saying? In your white van, in your white creeper van, and study the scenery and focus on little girls. But you don't even have a you right here. The kids right here. You right here, just watching. So I told the coach, like, yeah. She was like, yeah, I know. I didn't want to do it here. I wanted to have it at school, but it was just. I said, I understand, and is the coaches shouldn't have to do that. They shouldn't have to be like, okay, where can I go where we can be in peace and because these perverts in the public won't let me live with these kids or just want to sit there and watch uncomfortably. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you're gonna do it in front of the parents' face. You think you're gonna sit up here and be a pervert with other adults? Nah. And it's the same energy that I have for pedophiles in my family. This is why I don't mess with my family. Because, like I told y'all in the previous video, every function where you think you're gonna come and set up and be comfortable, you're gonna get exposed. I remember I was telling my daughter this. I don't know if I talked about this in a previous video. I had this she was a cousin of a cousin, right? Her daughter came out and told her that what her husband, her stepdad, did to her. She didn't believe her. Her daughter is adult, middle age right now. This happened when she was young. The mom never believed her. She took her husband's side, and the mom died. But I remember her husband, like when we would have family functions, they would always invite them. That lady would always bring that fucking creep. His name was Rick. I really hope somebody from my family watching, because I don't give a damn at this point. His name was Rick, and he used to just sit. Like, I remember one time one of my cousins had a pool, and we were so excited because, we from the hood. A cousin got a pool. What? It was like one of them above ground pools. Like, it wasn't the type of pool at all, but we was just happy to get into a pool in the summertime. We brought our bathing suits, everything. I remember I was in the water. I must have been in the water for like 2 minutes when my mom come and yanked me out the pool, yanking me and my sister up out the pool, and they looking like the adults got us in the corner. Rick is sitting right there poolside watching the kids, right? We young, we're not paying attention to, oh, this is the creep, Rick. Um, that girl will be there. The parents come your why y'all sitting up there playing in front of y'all know he this and y'all know he that. I'm sorry. Why should the kids have to censor ourselves because the creeps in the family, y'all not invite this dude? Like, y'all not telling him, nah, I'm sorry, you can't come because you've been accused of X, Y, and Z. Whether it's true or not, people don't just come out of the blue with them. And second of all, what does that say about you as a parent? That your kid just out here making false actions like that. What does that say about you? She stayed with the man, so obviously, apparently she believed a man over her daughter. But even if you believe that she lied, that's it. Nothing further is done. You're not trying to get down to the root of why your daughter came up with this fairy tale or this story. Nah, I don't give if it is or it's not. I don't give a damn if I'm in love with a man or not. And that's why I don't date. That's why I don't bring men around my daughter, because we're not even going to have the opportunity for that to happen. Yeah, and they sitting up here like the connection unstable. YouTube is crazy when it comes to the censorship and protection of these pedophiles. And I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm not going. I'm going to be here talking about the shit. I don't care how many times they try to interrupt the connection. I don't care. They want to sit up here and protect pedophiles. I don't care. I'm going to talk about it. But yeah, why should the kids have to censor them instead of the adults just telling this dude, man, I'm sorry, I don't know whether you did it or not, but you've been accused. So he's not even the only male in our family that was accused of that. I had another cousin. I learned her from her mom, and she alleged that her own dad, her mom's husband, they was married for all these years, touched her. And she another one that allegedly didn't believe her own child. And he at the family functions and the cookouts. What? We don't have, luckily, I mean, I don't talk to my family right now. And even before I didn't talk to them, we stopped having like family gatherings. I don't know if that's like a thing, but like I remember we used to have big cookouts where, I was just watching Poetic Justice today, on Poetic Justice with like the family reunion, the cookouts and all that stuff. And we don't have those anymore. But I wish I was old enough back then. I wish I was old enough, because everybody would have been make pedophiles uncomfortable. Everybody would have been uncomfortable, because I would have straight. And I do this in real. I told my daughter I'm a spot blower upper. I used to tell people on the job, look, don't come and think you're going to talk down on so and so, because if you bold enough to tell me about it, I'm just letting you know right now, you must be comfortable with me letting them know that you're talking about them behind their back. I feel like they got the right to know, because I'm just telling you right now off rip, I'm going to tell them what you said the same way I would want somebody to tell me. So and it's been a couple times where I blew a motherfucking spot up and they looking at me like, I'm like, didn't you get the memo? Just like when I used to work at the prison. Don't tell me nothing about no inmate love or nothing, because now you put my life in danger and at risk. If you got a boyfriend up here, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's hazardous. I got one goal when I come in here, and that's to leave and make it home to my daughter. So you having a relationship is a threat to me and my security with guys, because he might convince you to bring a damn, shank up in here. He can bring anything, contraband. And that's going to make all of us unsafe. So no, I'm not with none of that. I'm telling. Don't ever come up to me and tell me nothing about that. Because I'm letting you know off rip, I'm telling. At least I had the decency to let you know that. I never had nobody come up to me and confess that. But I did have people not heed the warning about talking crap about coworkers on the job and thinking that I'm not going to. Sorry. Hey, Shelly, whatever. Donna was talking about you in the break room. She said your breath stink. Donna, did you tell Shelly that? Or, oh, my bad. Well, yeah. Sorry, I'm doing it every time. Pedophile think they get ready to come up here and enjoy this barbecue, and then you want to grill? You want to grill so you can get a good look at all the girls up in here. So you got a perfect view of everything. Now I'm blowing your spot up. Hey, why is Rick here? Rick, did you or did you not touch it? I'm putting everybody on blast. We got to stop being polite when it comes to that. I got an uncle. I told him, don't ever come around me, because every time you do and you accused of doing what you're doing, and I know the family member that told me, it's a male, and this family member that was accused happens to be of the Rainbow Code community, and it don't have nothing to do with that, because I just said damn smoke. But by the time I was old enough to realize what my uncle did, the person that he did it to told me very clear as an adult what they did, what he did. And when I found that out, I was looking at my mom. I'm like, how can you talk to this? How can you? I'm looking at my mom laughing and joking on the phone. What? I don't care if you're my brother, my cousin, my uncle, my dad. I don't care. I'm blowing your spot up. That's the one thing I don't have tolerance for is people who mess with kids in that way. Kids are completely innocent. Kids are completely innocent, off limits, period. Period. And you're not about to live amongst me comfortably, and you did something like that to a kid. Just because we all adults, just because everybody is an adult now, we just gonna breeze over that like that? Nope. I don't care how long. And that's saying that was so long ago. I don't give a fuck how long ago it was. I'm talking about it now. And if you don't want to hear about it, don't fucking come around me, because you're going to get your feelings hurt. We bringing up the past every time. Don't try to bring no boyfriend or no love interest to the cookout, because everybody, including them, will know what the fuck you did or what the fuck you're accused of doing. And the motherfuckers better be lucky I wasn't out, or I wasn't out back then. They better be lucky I wasn't, old enough. Because what? Bitch, not only is you getting hands and feet put on you, but you're going to prison. I'm pressing all the charges. Brother or not. So, yeah. I just wanted to come up here and say that while my daughter was at practice. We got to start putting these people on blast. We got to start exposing. I remember I told my grandma, I think I talked about this in another video. I was like, it's a lot of, actual trauma in this family, a lot of incestuous accusations, and we need to start confronting it, because that's the way that you break a generational curse. You got to put spotlight on it. I told my grandma, you need to go to your son and tell him you know you did this. Because when you take his side, or when you neutral, or when you say, well, I don't know, the person that alleged, that came forward and said that they did this, that's also in my family, is looking like, oh, okay, well, I came forward. I had the heart to come forward. You know, a lot of people don't have the heart. Some people take that shit to the grave. I came forward and I was ostracized, or I was treated different. And I still had to see this person at family dinners and gatherings. Nope, 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 nope. And I tell his daughter, my cousin, your dad is a fucking pedophile. And I remember, like, around these individuals, like, I remember, like, my nephew was young, and people wanting to, go get him. He around him alone. Why are we creating opportunities where he could duck off in the corner with this boy? So, I don't think so. I had to tell my nephew, hey, I couldn't tell my uncle not to come around because it wasn't my place. But I can definitely alert everybody. Hey, keep your kid from around. Hey, start better. This motherfucker touch people, touch kids. And that's why I'm the black sheep of the family. I'm not gonna sit up here and pretend. I'm not gonna sit up here and take no pedophile side, accuse pedophile. Nobody ever accused me of that. I never did that. People don't just be pulling these names out of a hat. I'm not saying every accusation is true. But I'm saying typically when kids don't usually make that type of stuff up. If a kid is coming forward and saying that this is what happened, 9 times out of 10, something weird happened for that kid to even come up with that. They don't make kids, or not, they don't have that type of thought process, especially as young as these kids were when this stuff happened, or allegedly happened. And I'm not saying allegedly with my uncle, because I feel like I know for a fact he did that. And then my mom, whenever my mom would try to insinuate anything, because she was the worst fucking parent ever, but she was always looking for flaws with me when it came to my parenting, because she knows I call her the worst fucking parent ever. You want to sit up here and get mad because I dropped the baby off without a car seat and try to say I'm the worst fucking parent ever. What? You didn't protect your kids from your own fucking family members. You can never come for my parenting. I don't play when it comes to my daughter. I don't, and I'm protecting her from everybody, men, women, children, everybody. No, you can't go over so and so house to spend the night. Y'all can come over here. They can come over here and spend the night, but you're not going over nobody's house to spend the night. So let's make these pedophiles uncomfortable again. Let's stop blaming or making the victims feel uncomfortable, or having to relive the trauma whenever they have to sit across from this individual that they accuse of touching them. No, let's believe let's believe victims the first time. And that's all I got to say. I love y'all. Bye.